that fighting Joe?
That damn booey's gonna...
Fighting Joe. He ain't gonna be worth a pen nickel. He don't slow down.
What the hell's he doing?
Coming down Missionary Ridge.
He'll never make it.
He don't want to.
Overlooked, but not forgotten westerns. I'm sure you could name all your favourite westerns off the top of your head. Today, let's take a look at some of those westerns that you may have seen, but have moved to the back of your list. Not necessarily because it wasn't a great western, but just not as high profile. It's fun to go looking and rewatching some of these lost gems. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification bell to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. Please take a moment to like, share and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate it. Let's get into it in no particular order. Ride the High Country, 1962. This film features Scott's final screen performance. After this film, Joel McCrea did not make another feature film until 1970. That year saw him make Cry Blood Apache with his son Jody. He appeared in The Young Rounders in 1972. His final film appearance was in 1976 in Mustang Country.
Fancied yourself faster than me. Draw, you damn tin horn!
Everywhere, the wildness of the country seemed to get inside the people themselves. Even hard-bitten adventurers like Randolph Scott and Joel McCrea were as rash as the younger generation, represented by two of Hollywood's fastest-rising young stars.
When I questioned you about that boy, I should have gone a bit deeper into the subject of character.
Tenderfoot, who'd rather fight than love.
Go get him, Tiger. You're doing fine.
There were few who could say who was bad and who was good. Two tall men who suited their actions to the era in which they lived.
Monty Walsh, 1970. Monty Walsh is an older cowboy facing the final days of the Old West era. He and his friend, Chet Rollins, another longtime cowhand, work on cattle ranches, preferring to do nothing that can't be done from a horse. Their lives are divided between months on the range and the occasional trip into town. Camaraderie and competition with the other cowboys fill their days.
I got word from
I
Consolidated.
ain't interested.
I'm afraid you'll have to be. They've given up on the Slash Y. For the time being, they want to fence in all their land. That's all.
That's gonna be a lot of fence.
Look, Monty. Do you have any idea how many cowhands there were in this country 10, 15 years ago? Well, there's a hell of a lot fewer now, and pretty soon there won't be hardly any.
Oh, come on, Chet. Things ain't that bad.
Yeah, they are, Monty. Oh, you can ride from Texas.
Red Sun, 1971. Link Stewart and Gorch are leaders of a gang of bandits who decide to rob $400,000 from a train. There, a Japanese ambassador is on his way to Washington, carrying a ceremonial Tachi sword meant as a gift for the president. Gulch steals the gold-handled Tachi and kills one of the ambassador's samurai bodyguards. The bandits double-cross Link by throwing dynamite into the train car he is in, leaving him for dead. Before Gulch leaves, the surviving samurai bodyguard, Kuroda, asks his name and swears to kill him.
You think you could do that again?
Almost certainly.
Man of the West, 1958. Link Jones, Gary Cooper, rides into Crosscut, Texas, to have a bite to eat. then catches a train to Fort Worth, where he intends to use the savings of his community of Good Hope to hire a schoolteacher. On the train platform, Sam Beasley, Arthur O'Connell, speaks briefly with Link, rousing the suspicions of the town marshal, Sam being a known gambler and con man. When the lawman remarks that Link looks familiar, he gives a false name, Henry Wright.
You're not going to make it, Link. I swear that.
Link! Now undress. Want to see me cut him, huh? Now stop taking off your clothes!
Gary Cooper as the Man of the West, a man who tried to forget his killer past until an evil old man and a ruthless gang made him remember. It's a rare, extraordinary Western, crackling with the most electrifying scenes you've ever thrilled to.
Breakout Pass, 1975. In the 1870s, residents of the garrison at the Fort Humboldt frontier outpost of the United States Army are reported to be suffering from a diphtheria epidemic. A special express train is heading up into the remote mountain ranges towards the fort, filled with reinforcements and medical supplies. Also, civilian passengers are on the train, in the rear, luxurious private car. Nevada Governor Fairchild, Richard Crenna, and his fiancée, Marika, Jill Island, the daughter of the fort's commander.
We're going to all be on this train for a while. We just might find out what happened.
Could be you did it all.
Or you.
We'll search this train. The man is a killer, arsonist, cheat, and a coward. It's hard to...
Tom Horn, 1980. A western directed by William Weird, starring Steve McQueen as the legendary lawman, outlaw, and gunfighter Tom Horn. It was based on Horn's own writings. Tom Horn, a legendary frontier scout and tracker who helped capture Geronimo, drifts around the quickly disappearing western frontier. The story begins as he rides into a small town and provokes prizefighter Jim Corbett, ending up in a livery stable, unconscious and badly bruised.
Like out in Indian territory.
Lonely as hell.
And then they were gone. But when great heroes were no longer needed, Tom Horn would not go quietly.
The Culpeper Cattle Company, 1972. Ben Mockridge is a young man proud of his $4 handgun, which he flourishes for a friend he recently wagon raced against. And enamored of cowboying, he asks Frank Culpeper if he can join his cattle drive to Fort Lewis, Colorado. Culpeper, a reformed gunslinger, reluctantly agrees and sends Ben to the cook to be his little Mary. Ben bids farewell to his mother, who tells him to be a good boy.
Summer, and it changed my whole way of thinking. That's the old lady. The boys used to say you could get better grub in jail.
How do you know what to put in there?
I don't. There's Luke, Russ, Missoula, and Dixie Brick. Russ was kind of crazy.
Don't stand behind me, kid.
The Canyon Gang. One thing I learned from them, you can't trust anybody.
Pepper, I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing.
You just cost me a good man, boy.
Mr. Thornton Pierce. He owned all the land between here and Fort Lewis.
Now get your horses and walk them out of town. Skid, boy!
Primo's killer.
I guess you can learn a lot on a cattle drive. If you live that long.
The kid from the summer of '42 grows up fast on the...
Barbarossa, 1982. Young Carl Westover, a post-Civil War Texas farm boy, accidentally kills his brother-in-law and must flee to Mexico. Early into his flight, he is met by the outlaw Barbarossa, who, seconds later, kills a man who was following him, whom he seems to know. Barbarossa takes pity on Carl and shows him how to find water, make a fire, and catch an armadillo for his supper. He leaves and tells Carl to go home to Texas.
I had no idea she was your daughter. All we did was just talk.
And the feeling that no matter where they went,
Well, good morning to you, sir. Plan to kill me today?
they would always be wanted.
Kill her.
Papa wants you dead.
You're on my road, amigos. You know who I am?
I know who you are.
We may be in...
Look, you're kicking rocks all over
And
me.
the legend
You missed him.
that was bigger than both of
What the
them.
hell are you doing?
Little Big Man, 1970. The film is framed with narration of 121-year-old Jack Crabb, who is telling his life story to a historian. In 1859, 10-year-old Jack and his sister, Caroline, survive the massacre of their parents by the Pawnee and are discovered by Shadow, a Cheyenne brave, who takes the siblings to his village. Caroline escapes, but Jack remains and is reared by the good-hearted tribal leader, Old Lodgeskins. Jack unwittingly makes an enemy of another boy, Younger Bear. Younger Bear eventually owes his life to Jack when he saves Younger Bear's life. Jack is given the name Little Big Man.
You murdered fool! Got to cut your throat to get it through your head. I'm a white man. White? Sure I'm white. Didn't you hear me say, God bless George Washington? God bless my mother. I mean, now what kind of Indian would say a fool thing?
Don't you, dear Jack?
Oh, Lord. Yes, miss.
Are you thinking of Jesus, Jack?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you mustn't fib to me, you know.
Oh, no, I love Jesus and Moses and all of them.
My wife, she's awful scared of Indians.
My dear woman, you have nothing to fear from the Indians. I give you my personal guarantee. For Christian America, let your arrows fly, savages! I am on board!
Crossfire Trail, 2001. In 1880, Rafe Covington was with his best friend, Charles Rodney, on a vessel bound for San Francisco. Rodney is dying, having been severely beaten by the ship's captain. With his last breaths, Rodney makes Covington swear an oath to take care of his beloved Wyoming ranch and his wife, Anne. After beating the captain to avenge Rodney's death, Covington and his two other friends, Rock Milan and J.T. Langston, head off to Wyoming. After a long trek through the Rocky Mountains, they find the ranch, long deserted, and immediately set to work restoring it.
Behind that woman? That's my wife you're talking about.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
interesting facts about famous people.